Okay, are we ready for the program? Sorry, for $50 more, you would have got the whole dance, but this is all we can afford. All right, welcome everybody. Have you had a great dinner tonight? Let's give it up for Kangaroo Kitchen. Woo! It's been a long time since we all got together, hasn't it? How many people, this is your first event you've been to since, well, March 2020? Welcome. So how y'all doing? You doing good? Are you? You doing okay? I like that. I'm okay too. I grew a beard during COVID season, which I thought was a real shock because I thought puberty already passed me. I could never grow a beard. And then COVID hits and suddenly like fur face. So who knows? Maybe my voice will drop eventually. I'm still wearing the elastic pants. Are y'all still enjoying the elastic pants movement? I've been so happy. Gap, H&M, all those stores are still stocking elastic pants for people like me. So if you're like me, we're in the same club still. It's awesome. You know what else is really awesome? That this event is being hosted outside. I think this should be a new tradition. I mean, we'll invite more people next time. Hopefully we'll be further down the road, but this feels like a really fitting setting for us to have a WMEAC event. I hate hecklers. I really do. What do you want? He wants to eat all the wildflowers, I heard. So don't pick the wildflowers and feed them to the donkey. Am I good? Okay. So to get our program started, I want to introduce a friend of mine who I served on the Community Relations Commission at City Hall, and she was our chair for 2 years, and she served for almost 9 years. She got one of those appointments that just never ended, it seemed like. But Lynn Bardwell is she is the board president of WMEAC, and somebody I've had the pleasure of working alongside for many, many years and still continue to, work on different projects as they do appear. So I'm really excited to introduce my friend Lynn Bardwell to the stage, who is going to kick off our program now. So a round of applause for Lynn, everyone.
Uju, Nijo Koyendishnakas, Waganak Singodawa, Anishinaabe Koyendao, Name Ndodam, Lowell and Donjaba, soon to be Clarksville and Donjaba. My name's Lynn Bardwell. I am the board president, and thank you all for being here. I hope I don't get heckled like Tommy did. That was awful.
Don't count on it.
So thank you all for being here. It's a wonderful evening. I cheered over there because this is my first event post-COVID. And it's really tough getting back out there, I know. So I'm so glad you guys are all here. Right now, I just kind of want to thank all of our sponsors. We truly appreciate the support of our generous sponsors for this evening's wonderful event. And those are Varnum LLP, Elders Helpers, Meyer, BDO, Cavante, Founders Brewing, Old National Bank, Steel Case. We have so many, so hold on. And Rhodes McKee for sponsoring as either Great Lakes advocates or Grand River supporters. A big thank you to Brewery Vivant for providing all of the beer you're drinking this evening. And thanks to Shrem's Trout Unlimited, as well as the Cull Group and Foresight Management, who are all new sponsors of WMEAC. We also have several family sponsors this year, and thanks to the Isleys. Where is she? Where are the Isleys? There they are. The Rizalods. Are they here? Rizalods? There they are, way in the back. I hope I said your name right. I asked 5 times how to say it. And the Boytons. Are the Boytons represented this evening? Okay. Well, thank you. Let's all give those families a round of applause and all of our sponsors tonight. I'd also like to express a deep gratitude for our Blue Tie Planning Committee, our volunteers, and they've been working on this event for 6 months. Last year was such a hit, even though it went virtual. So I want to thank all of you who participated last year and who are participating this year. It's been a tough couple years, but my WMEAC crew came through with flying colors. I also want to thank my WMEAC staff. I don't know how you guys managed over COVID. I know I lost my mind a couple of times, but I want to thank all the staff of WMEAC. And then I want to also thank my board members. If every one of the board members who are here this evening could stand up and kind of give a royal wave, that would be fantastic. Thank you to the board members. They've stuck with me. It's been a tough year. We entered into a strategic planning session this year, and I think we kicked that off like maybe a month before March 2020. And it's really hard to do strategic planning when you're looking at a Brady Bunch screen for a couple hours. So I want to really thank my board for sticking in there. We took some time this year and revisited our mission statement. And so this is our new mission statement, if you aren't familiar with it. It is to work collaboratively alongside our diverse community to educate, engage, and advocate for environmental values, environmental and climate justice, and a healthy and resilient community for all. If you have any questions about our mission statement, please don't be shy and ask one of those that stood up and took that time to work that out. The work that we've been doing at WMEAC in West Michigan for the past 53 years continues to be critical and important to this region as it was in 1968. This past year, our board has focused on strategic planning. Our old one was retiring soon, and so we decided to pick up that work, and it's been a really tough haul, but I think we came out with a really great strategic plan that will hopefully be posted on the website soon. So with that, I hope you all have a fun evening and enjoy and take time to go look at all of our auction items. Support us the best way you can, and thank you for your support. I would like to now introduce Bill Wood, our Executive Director.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Thank you all so much for coming out. Really want to start first by having a moment of silence for all the people around our globe that lost their lives to COVID this year. So join me in that, please. Thank you. Next, I want to make sure to acknowledge Representative Rachel Hood, Senator Winnie Brinks, who are both here, and any other elected officials here. Got any other electeds that you want to stand up and say hey? All right. Finally, I want to also thank Pink Sky, who is our musical entertainment. Oh, sir. Thank you, Ken. I want to give a thank you to Pink Sky, our musical entertainment for the evening. So bear with me, it's been a little while since I did this. I want to thank you all for coming out and tell you how important it is to see real human beings, not heads bobbing around on Zoom screens. It's what we've got or what we've done, right? It's what we had to do. Say that the past 15 months have been challenging is an understatement. A lot of the work that WMEAC does is relational, and it's best done in person, whether that's in a meeting, at our office, over a beer at happy hour. I think that's probably how I know most of you, not as a face on a computer screen. The pandemic changed the way that we operate. I'm proud of our staff who found new ways to get their jobs done and came together to create a great support system for each other and for me. And I'm extremely grateful for all of you, our members, our supporters, who kept donating, kept asking for ways to volunteer and to help out, and keep believing that a group of activated, concerned residents of West Michigan can punch above our weight and make a big difference when it comes to the environment. What I'm saying is that we adapted. We all adapted, and I know that the future holds more challenges that we'll have to adapt to as well. When we look at the big picture, what's coming at us can look pretty intimidating. But when we break it down to smaller localized actions where we participate as individuals and groups, you'll see that positive changes are happening. Part of why we're here tonight, besides finally getting a chance to sip some delicious beers and eat amazing food together again, is to honor some folks who are getting wins locally on behalf of the environment. And while WMEAC has been involved with all of these campaigns in some way, we are simply the supporting cast. These concerned residents of West Michigan are the leaders we need for times like these. And I'd like to turn the mic back over to Tommy now for our awards ceremony. Thanks again for coming out.
So right before we roll the video here, if you were an honoree, we just ask that you kind of make your way up over the next couple of minutes up to the side of the stage. But if y'all just take a moment, if you can see, I hope you can. If you're in the back, you might need to stand up a little bit because the screen is over here. But here are the honorees and awards this year.
Grassroots advocacy defines the West Michigan Environmental Action Council at its core. Tonight, we honor 4 groups in West Michigan that embody the approach that motivated people and make positive changes on the environment around them. The Holland Climate Collaborative is a grassroots initiative working to secure a sustainable future for Holland. The collaborative is driven by Holland's legacy of community participation and innovation. They seek to make sure residents are protected by Holland's community energy plan by making sure their voices are heard during the plan's redevelopment. By partnering with Holland's community and communicating with local leaders, HCC aims to secure a plan that recognizes the reality of the globe's climate emergency and establishes concrete goals to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050. Friends of the Lower Grand River is a grassroots coalition of concerned residents, paddling enthusiasts, anglers, property owners, government officials, park supporters, university professors, environmental protection organizations, business owners, and taxpayers. They organized in 2018 specifically to fight a proposed project to dredge the Grand River to allow deep hull pleasure boat access from Grand Haven to Granville. Bringing attention and public pressure to the flaws of this plan, Friends was able to lead the successful effort to get it shelved in 2019. The White Lake Climate Action Council's mission is to create a new story for their lakeshore communities, which allows residents to preserve the beauty and health of the natural environment. They commit to being stubbornly optimistic. The council has raised awareness of climate change in the area and has already successfully lobbied the Montague City Council to declare a climate emergency. They are working with the Whitehall City Council now. The group is serving as a resource for its communities on climate change, helping people learn what they can do to reduce their carbon footprint. The Grand Haven Energy Organization is a fast-growing community-based group of nearly 1,000 residents concerned about the future of the city's electrical energy supply. They are conservatives, moderates, and liberals working together for the future of Grand Haven. Their purpose is to educate and persuade the community and City Council that a delay in the authorization of a bond issued for the Board of Light and Power's expensive plan must be done until an independent study is complete and is shared with the community. This is both prudent and responsible public policy.
Thank you for watching that video. We're going to go first. We're just going to call the groups up, give them the award, get a picture, and keep the line moving. First up is Friends of the Lower Grand River. Holland Climate Collaborative. White Lake Climate Action Council. And last but not least, Grand Haven Energy Organization.
I'm going to be real quick. On Sunday night, I wonder what I was going to say to you all. Monday night, our city council backed away almost completely on the plans for this power station in Grand Haven. And I want to say why it happened. It happened because of kids. See this thing? I'm holding it. I saw them all reading at our city council meeting. We had 27 young people who showed up at our city council meeting to scare the bejesus out of our city council. And I just want to thank also, I want to thank the Sierra Club for their help. I want to thank WMEAC for their help. And I want to thank the League of Conservation Voters. All of you have been really helpful. We don't have an organization. We're ad hoc. I don't know why we're here, but thank you very much.
All right, we're going to pass the microphone over to our Vice President, Mr. Mike Trupos.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you to everyone for getting the crowd warmed up for me on this. I was actually going to talk to you all about kids. So my name's Mike Trupos, like Bill said. I'm the Vice President here at WMEAC. And you got to think about, like, well, what do we talk to a group of people that I'm just seeing in 3 dimensions for the first time in, gosh, 15 or so months? And so I think the big news on my end is I'm a dad. I have a little 11-month-old baby girl, and it's been a huge, thank you. It's been a huge blessing. And fatherhood changes you. A lot of people ask, well, like, what's it like being a dad? And I guess I can summarize it up with this brief story, which is I drive my wife to the hospital, all the chaos in that. The baby comes out. We didn't find out the gender. And this is all a blur, I promise you. They put the little baby on my wife's chest. And then after a few minutes, they say, Mike, do you want to see what the gender of the baby is? So I look at it, and this is a blur. I go, it's a boy. And then I look at it a second time, and I go, actually, it's a girl. And so, like, that's fatherhood, I guess, in a nutshell for me. It's a little embarrassing, but it really does summarize the kind of the chaos and uncertainty of fatherhood. But one thing I have to say about the group in Grand Haven that just talked is a father of an 11-year-old girl or 11-month-old girl, is I am so grateful that coal power plant is shut down in Grand Haven, and so grateful that we are working to transition our society to renewable energy. So thank you so much for that. And I just want to say there's a lot of good things going on at WMEAC right now. With COVID, I have to give kudos is in the executive leadership team. Bill put the safety and well-being of our team at WMEAC first. And so I'm just really grateful for that. And I think we should give Bill a round of applause of having the discretion to do that. But despite focusing on the safety and well-being of the team at WMEAC, as you can see, the mission and vision of what we were doing was not put on hold. We created, like Lynn talked about, a new mission and vision, and the employees and teammates of WMEAC continue to execute on making sure that we have clean water and clean air to breathe here in West Michigan. So I just want to make a quick ask. If you look on your tables, there are envelopes, there are QR codes. In fact, I have been told you all might even receive a text message here shortly. There's a lot of ways to give. Mary, I am sincerely sorry if I missed the other way that you can give, but I believe it's those 3. But I just want to invite you first to say thank you for supporting WMEAC for coming here tonight. But again, invite you to give, and so that we can continue to have an environment that we believe in, and that we can have a place where my little 11-month-old daughter can have fresh air to breathe. Thank you.
What a wonderful reminder that we often forget that we were once young people. It's hard to believe. I know some of us looking in the mirror, and the power of youth that we had at our time, our generation, we all raised our voices. So it's really nice to hear another generation is stepping up. Even the donkeys are in the game now. What a jackass. It was just right there. Anyways, but it is a reminder to every time you feel like, if you ever feel that urge, that knee-jerk urge with youth to say, oh, but wait, remember you were 18 once too. And that's the best thing about living this long as we all have, is that we get to witness another generation come forward. And so I'm really happy we got to hear that story tonight. And also point out too, is when this beautiful location, and because I'm such a freak for nature, the moon is out over here already. We ordered it up early tonight for y'all. It's just over the treetops. So I hope you enjoy it while it's there. It's going behind the clouds, it looks like. But so with that, we're gonna move on to one of the most popular awards, I would say, in this organization, the Hartwell Legacy Award winner. And for that, we want to welcome to the stage Elaine Starrett-Isley, who is going to be up here to present that, but she is also the Deputy Director of WMEAC and a VP of the board. No, sorry, not VP of the board. Sorry, wrong person. Come on up.
Yeah, that's way more of a promotion than I got. I'm not the VP of the board. So I have the pleasure of announcing our George Hartwell Environmental Legacy Award winner tonight. The George Hartwell Environmental Legacy Award was named after our longtime environmental activist and former Grand Rapids Mayor, George Hartwell, and is given to a public employee whose work has significantly impacted environmental protection in Michigan. I'm happy today to announce that we have given it to Carrie Rivette. Carrie Rivette is the second person from the city of Grand Rapids to get this award. So Carrie is the Stormwater and Wastewater Superintendent for the City of Grand Rapids Environmental Services Department. She's responsible for programs and initiatives that protect the environment and preserve green space in the Grand Rapids region. She does a lot of work with us on stormwater and water protection initiatives, and she is always, always, always willing to sit at the table when we bring our groups together. We have great collaboration and partnerships in West Michigan, and the City of Grand Rapids and Carrie is one of the main reasons for that. So let's put it up for Carrie one more time. And I did promise her she could have a couple of minutes.
Thank you. I'm so honored by this to receive an award named after Mayor Hartwell. He is the person who laid the groundwork so I can do what I do, and to get an award that shares his name is just greatly appreciated. And I also want to say, like Elaine said, West Michigan has the most amazing partners. And I look out today and I see many of those partners and many of those people that I've worked with. And it's just an honor, and I couldn't do what I do if it weren't for those partnerships. Thank you.
Say another word. So because the Hartwell Environmental Legacy Award is to help protect our environment, we have this beautiful painting or picture for Carrie to take home with her. So. I'm turning this back over to you, Tommy.
You better believe it. Well, that's it. Unless that donkey wants to come back and say a few words. I think he's just upset he didn't get an award this year. Oh, we're going to page all the staff right now to come on up here for a quick photo, if you don't mind, staff. Well, I guess it's a directive. You have to come up here. But before I sign off and say thank you, just a reminder, the auction will go until 9 o'clock. If you've been participating and you've been bidding and people are bidding against your item, you're probably getting text and everything right now to let you know that you've been outbid. Be big, bid big, and raise a lot of money here tonight. Also, the bar will be up until 9 o'clock as well. So we invite you to hang out, play games, give the donkey some hell, maybe. I don't know. I know I am. No, just kidding. But we're really grateful you were able to come out here tonight and to celebrate WMEAC and the many people who make so many great things happen in our community, from the volunteers to the honorees today, to just anybody who shows up we have not met yet. Please bring your friends to WMEAC. I know it sounds like an old Baptist thing. I know I grew up Baptist, so I'm not going to pass the plate yet. But if the bidding doesn't go up, look for it. Anyways, I'm just kidding. But we're going to thank you for coming out tonight and for braving it. And, Delta is everywhere. And it's just a great reprieve from COVID that we can all be here together today. And I look forward to seeing you next year. Thank you very much.
I know, the staff is shy. I think Erica's going to see if she can round people up.